Hello, my Astro family. This is Lada from astrolada.com, and today I have three good news for you. The first one is that I'm back doing monthly horoscopes, obviously, yay! After a few months break. The second good news is that August will be so much better than crazy July with all the eclipses in July, all the sun opposition, Pluto, Saturn, all the retrograde planets. August will give us a break. August will be time when the winds are changing and turning for us. Jupiter and Mercury are turning direct, and we have a conglomeration or stellium of planets in a very positive sign. And the third good news is that I finally completed and I'm ready to release my predictive astrology course. It's based on techniques from all types of astrology, ancient, modern, Vedic, Western, the predictive techniques that I have found out work the best. And basically I give you all my secrets. It's about 12 hours. It was part of it is from the retreat that I just did, professional quality, and part of it is recorded in the studio. So, and I'm giving it for 50% off to the first 100 people that order it. And I'm adding also for the first 100 people that order it, another course of mine, which usually costs $200, but I'm adding it for free, 60 most important transits. And this predictive course will teach you all my secrets. Transits in particular, we focus in particular on solar returns and progressions and dashes. So lots of interesting information. And now let's start with the 12 signs and predictions for each sign. Libra, the month starts with good news and carries on with better and better. First of all, Mercury goes direct in your 10th house. In July at some point it was retrograde in your 10th house, so if some complications appeared with your career, with your public image, if some reevaluation of your career appeared, or if some complications appeared with authority figures, with institutions, with hierarchical entities of some sort, bureaucratic, hierarchical institutions, the big corporations, well, those problems and those delays, because Mercury retrograde might have done some delays in negotiations or in sorting out papers and documents with such, or in even some miscommunications with authority figures and boss figures, or if you're your own boss, if you are reevaluating the direction of your career actions and reputation and executive decisions. So maybe you are completing some project, maybe you are working on editing, fixing some project connected to your career. Well, all of this from the beginning of August gets sorted out. You either complete the project and everything starts moving smoothly again there in your career, or problems with institutions, authority, bosses, and such figures get resolved and you start moving forward. Or maybe it can be like if you are going through interviews, for example, for a career, you might see the conclusion of that, you can see the results of that. And then Mercury moves direct and enters your 11th house in Leo with a bunch of other planets there. Wow, so much focus, Libra, on this social house. The 11th house is social house. It's called the house of friendships and social contacts. So earlier in July, Mercury was retrograde there as well. So if there were some complications connected to certain events involving many people, or planning that was delayed, or having to fix things in regards to planning some big events, also miscommunications with friends, with benefactors, with people in your social environment, these get sorted out and resolved. Either you drop those people or you just move to more harmonious relationships with them. But look, there's so much emphasis on that 11th house for the whole of August for you, Libra. You see, this is where Libra is, and the 11th house from Libra is here. Wow. And they're all in fire sign. So there's so much fire and passion coming to you, but from other people. They are inflaming your passion for life. They are bringing new exciting ideas to you. There is very increased flow of communication, very increased flow of interactions with others. And you as a social sign might quite enjoy that and feel in your own waters. So what can you expect? You can expect some very powerful figures in your life present, because Sun and Mars, that are two masculine energetic planets in your 11th house. So maybe some friends that are quite either strong or strong-headed can be there. Your drive to connect to people will increase as well. But again, you can connect to people with power of some sort, to people of influence, people of energetic drive. And 11th house also means that, for example, these are our goals and wishes. So this can be extremely productive month. And goals and wishes, in particular, 11th house is a business house. So what is business? Exchange with others, networking, reaching wider audience, reaching more clients, followers or whatever for your product or whatever you want to sell. Well, this is what is very strongly emphasized as being the most active part for you in August, basically. So if you're someone that wants to have more followers or get and reach more clients of some sorts, business connections of any sort, this is the month. It's going to be happening. And these are strong, potent personalities as well. Because the ruler of your 11th house is also there, the sun rules Leo, and it's there, and then it manifests that house. So it can mean like very passionate exchange with friends, a lot of social activities, like might be parties or get-togethers or some, collective, doing something collectively in a group of people. For example, you can increase your presence on social media or on the internet. You can become, again, this is a very visible house, so you won't be hiding in the hiding and isolating, not at all. You'll be connecting. And to be honest, if you're working in a group with other people, there is Sun and Mars there in this 11th house, so you might want to be the one that stands out in that group, that takes like the leadership position. But there are a lot of very harmonious planets like Venus, like Mercury, so there will be, even if there is some tensions because Mars is there, Sun, ego clashes with people in your environment, the two harmonizing planets, Venus and Mercury, will allow for good, let's say, diplomatic resolution and for kind of finding a harmonious solution to matters. So yes, if you want to be in the public eye, fantastic month. If you want to be, maybe new friends will appear for you that can be beneficial in some way, that can help you, that believe in you, that trust you. Now the 11th house is people that trust us, people that are considered to be our friends. On another level, this is the house of gains, so that can be very gainful month. And maybe, but possibly you've been working on something before that to bring more gains, and because Mercury starts moving direct there and all those planets also activate that house, this can be the month you start seeing financial results, whether it's a bonus or whether it's like some selling more products or whatever it is that is meant to reward you. So month of receiving rewards for your previous actions, basically. And that can be salary, that can be, it can be in very different ways. Public recognition can be more easily achieved as well when so many planets are in the 11th house. All right, but there is another very good news for you, for everyone. Jupiter is turning direct, and for you, Libra, this is happening in another social house, in the 3rd house. So again, from the middle of August, around the 12th, you'll notice a shift in direction and in energies connected to 3rd house people, for the better, for positive. Well, during retrograde periods, there's required from us 3 times more effort, whether to maintain some clients, again, it's a business house, to maintain some project working, to put efforts to learn something that required more of your focused attention and effort. Maybe if there was some complications or delays with certain negotiations or contract, 3rd house rules those, of documents and papers, from the middle of the month, these start resolving and moving forward. Also, if you're working behind the scenes, so kind of preparing or on some kind of a commercial business activity, which is the 3rd house, on some project where you have to use your intelligence and skills to develop, or maybe you are learning some new skills that you have to further integrate during the retrograde period, now you'll start seeing the results of those, or those skills will feel like that you have a very good grasp intuitively almost now, without having to make an effort for that skill. If there were some delays for some trips as well, these might come to fruition when Jupiter turns direct, which is in the 3rd house. So if you're trying to move somewhere, 3rd house, the house of moving, or if there were some complications with technology with transportation, with cars, some kind of delays or some kind of complications connected with communication or information or uh, papers, reports. Third house is all those things, or media, marketing. Now you start. Now those disappear, get resolved. It gets easier, starts moving in forward direction. Especially administrative. If there was some administrative complications there and delays of any sort, if you're in any kind of white collar job, where you have to do marketing, advertising, paperwork, administrative stuff, and exchanges with others. This is the third house, and Jupiter starting to move direct there. Those frustrations are being released, and you've learned a lesson from them, and so just a little bit more patience till the middle of the month for all those things to resolve. But also there are some delays in some project that you're doing in a small group environment with colleagues. Again, this is when you start seeing the results from the middle of the month. If there was some, or if you want to buy a vehicle, but it was delayed from around, the first 1-2 weeks of July, you're gonna have a positive development there. The winds are shifting in another direction, in a more easier direction, let's say. This is also siblings, neighbors, our local community. Again, some project connected to some interactions with them, if they have been put on hold or delayed or complicated, or something in the life of your siblings or relatives, it starts improving. And look, all those planets in the 11th house are being trine, are making trines consecutively one after another in August to Jupiter, the great benefactor. And in the third house, again, very social house. That's why I said it's all about communication. This month, if you want to be successful, connect to others, make bridges, don't burn them. Now you're building bridges. You can burn bridges when they're retrograde planets there. Maybe you burned a few social bridges while Jupiter was retrograde in your third, Mercury in the 11th. Now you're going to start building them, making them healthier again. So for business, these are two business houses, third and 11th. For people in media and marketing, in communications of any sorts, very busy, very active month, very productive, um, to create contact and stronger presence with others. You can be helped by others as well. You see, third house, which is associates, they can be helping you for more gains, for example, or friends can be helping you to for some commercial project or for some skills as well. The third house is skills, so it can be a great time to do some short trip with friends. Third and 11th house, combine them both to do marketing campaigns for products, to put out product to the public eye, the 11th to be seen, and to arrange all the and to things to start happening around the sorting of the brand and all those technical matters there that if they were delayed, now they're coming to fruition. So there you go, Libras. Talk, 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 communicate, connect. On a very simple level, Jupiter turning retrograde in the first house. In the third, if you had problems with computers and laptops and stuff, these will be sorted out as well. So you see, I'm on the brink of great news. Also, some news that you've been expecting, a piece of information that maybe has been delayed or something, will come when Jupiter turns direct. You'll be able to receive that missing piece, that paper, or whatever that is pivotal for something. Thank you so much, and I will see you next month.